Kilson Street's friend from the next studio audience.
Welcome to another Kilson Street presentation. We're filming right here from Santa Ana, California. I'm your host, Richard Bernal. Today we have the absolute pleasure of bringing you a band from Whittier, California, the Littlest Viking. The Littlest Viking, everybody. We'll be right back after a short break.
Stupid stick figure animation time. Oh. Quoi? Ah.
All right, we're right here with the Littlest Viking. First off, names and ages.
Ruben Cortez, guitar, 29 years old.
Christopher Patrick Gregory, drums, 29 years old.
All right, and it's only the fans that really matter. So we have a question from a fan that just came about. It says, their songs are complex. How do they keep track of the structure as they change time signatures, keys, and tempo? Do they physically write it, or is it just memory and feel?
Do I tackle this first, Chris? Well, at least from my perspective, I don't write anything down because I don't know what I would write. I go off of feel. It sounds weird. It sounds pretty like rock star. Like I go by feel because I play guitar.
Douche.
My name is my name is The Edge. I go by feel. But it's really just memorizing and just kind of you really do feel it, like you anticipate the action. So when Chris is busy wailing on the drums, we kind of feel you have a sense of what's going to happen next. You know, you have kind of an outline and you just play it over and over again, and you just could play without even thinking about it.
I wish I could do that. I have to write it down when we start, just to get all the changes. Especially if there's like a random tempo change, I have to like make a little note to myself to speed up, slow down. But then eventually I'll get to the point where I'll memorize it. But that's like 9 months later, after we've recorded.
Well, we don't even play the song anymore.
When it's no longer in our repertoire.
And that question was from Robert Ramirez. What do you think keeps you guys together? What makes it work? How long have you guys been together first?
Obviously, the kids. We stay together.
Stay together for the kids. Blink-182.
Blink-182. R.I.P. I guess the reason I still play with Chris is because I would be dumb not to play with Chris.
Dumb.
But in all honesty, you know, I played with a lot of people before, and I've had my fair share of bands, and they've all been fun and great. But I really can't picture myself being in another rock band, like a serious band at least, without someone like Chris. Or Chris. Not someone like Chris, but with Chris, actually, I should say.
That's kind of you.
It's true.
It's getting emotional right now.
I know.
What was the question again? I'm sorry. I spaced out.
What keeps you guys together?
Oh,
what makes it work?
Basically, I feel like we can do whatever we want in this band. So we can come together with any idea we want, and the other person will be like, sure, let's try it out. So if Ruben, you want to be like, hey, let's have an alt folk song. You'd be like, what? But you try it out.
Right.
So I think that makes it fun.
Because I always try to have old folk songs
what we're all
reinterpreted
about.
in like math rock.
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, of course.
You're a very hard hitter on your drums. How do you go about choosing equipment?
I try to pick things that will last and won't break very quickly. But it just doesn't work out. Sometimes you just have to go through it and buy new shit.
On your first album compared to your second album, how do you think your pedals have changed or stayed the same?
On the first album, when we were writing songs, I think the songs were, at least for me, were so complex in terms of I wasn't used to playing. I wasn't used to playing in those kinds of time signatures. I wasn't used to playing that kind of style, at least. I was more of a emo background style. So with the first album, it was more just kind of trying to focus on making it sound good or trying to be able to actually do it. And then with the second album, since we didn't have a bass player, I had to kind of compensate for the lack of bass player, the lack of low end, by flooding the songs with a lot of reverb and a lot of dream pedals, as one of my friends calls it.
Dream pedals, that's good.
What's the dream pedal?
The dream pedal is basically just a really tweaked out, messed up reverb pedal. That just makes dreams happen. It makes dreams come true, essentially. Like I could play that, and everything I play sounds magical. Like even if it's horrible, it still sounds beautiful.
Right on.
So that's the difference between the first album and the second album is that there's more dreamlike feel. It's more of a pop album, I would say. It's more of like I guess what we wanted to do is make a more of an accessible pop record, but still have sort of a harder math rock kind of edge.
Well, how's the feedback gone, or that you've gotten on from the first to the second album?
I think it's good, right?
Yeah,
People seem to like it, I guess.
I mean, we're on tour. We met all these fantastic kids. Again, keeping it together for the kids. We met all these great kids that were shouting out song titles from the first album, and I
We
didn't
don't know what those songs are
I didn't know what they were
or how to
because-
play them.
Yeah, because we don't keep track of what the songs are. We just kind of name them randomly. But I think people really enjoyed the second album. I think we were able to reach kind of a broader audience with the new album. I like actual
That's true.
like females actually like the second album. The first album is like total bro out moment.
16-year-old dudes.
The
Like,
16-year-old dudes, which is awesome because that's how I feel. But I think the second album we have more like mom dancing, maybe.
it's pretty accurate.
Like girls' boyfriends would come up to us and like tell us good job because a lot of times the girls would be with their boyfriends at the show and they would hate it. They're like, why can't we just go see like Limbeck or
Good reference.
or like Unwritten Law? And we're like, oh, okay, let's just go see Littlest Viking now because they have more pop accessibility.
You're the only band that's played South by Southwest on Kilson Street. How was that? Was it business, pleasure? Did you guys have fun on that?
It was tiring, I would say, is a proper adjective to describe it. We had driven 20 hours straight. I mean, we wouldn't drive straight just to go play South by Southwest, but we were fortunate to be able to play that showcase. And when we got there, all the bands were just hip hop bands, right? Like
Yeah, it's true.
Every
it was
band,
all hip hop before we started.
Yeah,
I think that was that was unofficial. And then like they were like loading out their samplers or whatever, and they're like, "Okay, you're on in like 15 minutes, play." But it was fun. It worked out.
Yeah, I mean, we would have stayed and seen all the other bands, but we kind of got the idea because every rock band had a hip hop frontman, right? It was like a Gym Class Heroes festival. That's what it looked like, which is cool, I guess. But it was a great experience.
And how would somebody get a hold of you guys?
That's Chris. You need to answer that. I have no idea how to get a hold of us.
Well, we have an email address. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I am with the interweb, but what is the email address?
It's the Littlest Viking hellsyeah@gmail.com. You can email us with your comments, questions, concerns, etc.
Yeah, or you could call Chris, and here's the cell phone number.
Don't be a dick.
Okay, sorry.
Where is Littlest Viking headed?
Well, when we're gonna take a little break from playing a little bit because we've been kind of playing a lot of shows, and I think we're gonna pretty much focus on doing 7-inches, right? We're gonna do a series of 7-inches and hopefully an album in June. Did we say an album in June?
We're going to try to write a bunch of songs in June, and maybe it'll be a new album. Maybe it'll be 7-inches, EP. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But I think we need to start writing more consistent. I mean, we write all the time, but we put it out in long intervals. It takes us a long time to actually put out music. So
Try to do it faster this time around.
so people don't be like, oh, hey, you guys are still a band, which is my
3 years later.
That's my favorite question. You guys are still a band? I'm like, yes, we're still a band.
Kind of, I guess.
I guess, we hang out.
All right. Well, there's nothing better than a band with a great attitude. Us here at Kilson Street would like to thank the Littlest Viking, and just keep tuning in.
Hello, and welcome to Kilson Street News at 3 a.m. I'm Pat McGroine, reporting live from Bangladesh, land of the Hindu cow. Today's top headlines. In Georgia, super racist parents disown their children for having a desegregated prom. The George W. Bush Presidential Library opens to mixed Yelp reviews. And the FDA approves sale of the morning after pill to girls 15 or older. Hey Bill, is your daughter still single? Just asking. And here in Bangladesh, there's a tragic tragedy that has killed hundreds. We have live via phone. Wait, not via phone? Then what do we have? Why can't we just have in studio? Oh, he's a sex offender. Well, just give me the tin can. So we have live via tin can Sam Walton's great grand cousin, Sam Walmart. Sam, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you,
I want to ask you, how do you respond to allegations that Walmart uses slave labor?
Well, first off, here at Walmart, we believe slavery is a family value. Keep the family unit together for a lifetime, you know what I'm saying?
Sam, how do you explain reports that shift changes in your overseas factories are nothing more than replacing corpses with child laborers?
Don't worry about it. The monsoons will clean it all up. Look, what Americans don't understand is this is a whole different country, and we don't give a shit. What we should care more about is that you can go to Walmart right now, get 2 pairs of jeans and a t-shirt for $6.99.
Sam, it sounds like you're just changing the subject there.
Am I, or you just missing out on a deal of a lifetime there, Pat? Huh?
Sam, we've run out of time, but thanks for the jacket.
thank you.
Stay tuned.
And now with our final song entitled Robert Palmer is Due for a Critical Reevaluation, The Littlest Viking.